watching Elden Ring DLC lawsuit is crazy. So again, this is about someone, from what I've heard. Player sues over Elden Ring's alleged hidden content game's difficulty, the DLC chat. As someone who has beat the DLC naked and beat Radon with no summons, no spells, no buffs, no consumable items, no incantations, I need to see this. Okay, I have to see this. This is for me as a gamer. Spent 20 hours in a boss. No, thank you for the sub. I am flexing. Let's watch.
Elden Ring's alleged hidden content, game's difficulty.
Wait. Let me make it a bit loud.
Yes, that's a real sentence that was written.
Ronnie!
That I just read to you, and that you just heard.
It's a real
And
Ronnie.
yes, the lawsuit is real. What the fuck? On the
But what?
26th of July.
Don't you need chat? Don't you need like a probable cause or probable thing for a? Could I just sue anyone for everything? Let's say I look in chat and I see a chat and I'm like, oh, Ragnar Rex, I don't like you. I'm gonna sue you for having a purple name in chat. Can I do that? Is that valid? In the USA, you can sue anything and anyone. That is crazy.
2024, a 4chan thread was created by the self-named user Nora Kizaragi, stating that in 2 months an Elden Ring lawsuit would occur, as he is suing From Software over allegations of hidden content behind a barrier of impenetrable difficulty. His initial post
What?
in the thread...
I played the DLC. Like, I am one of the few people that played the game and the DLC back to back. Because I didn't play the game before. It is very... Yeah, some of the bosses are a bit harder, but it's not. It was not that much harder than the base game.
reads as follows.
September 25th, 2024 is when Bandai Namco Games enters court for a hearing in my Elden Ring lawsuit that claims we have only played half of From Software's games and a whole new game is hidden inside and that it's too hard to access.
It's not! Dude, Elden Ring was my first. Dude, can I say this? It was my first From Software game. Played it, dude, this video is just gonna be me flexing. Also, subscribe. That's a new one, chat, you know. Since we know this is going on YouTube, I can say, hey, subscribe. Ha ha ha. And also follow on Twitch to see me beat Elden Ring with a whip. Because that's gonna be my next playthrough. But anyways, it was my first From Software game. I am not a dedicated From Software player. Like, it's a skill issue, no? That is a massive skill issue to the people that are like, oh my god, I can't beat it. I'm a dedicated From Software game, but it's too hard. Like, bro, you have summons for a reason, man. Just use fucking Blasphemous Blade, goddamn.
Even its most dedicated fans. In less than 2 months, you will be forced to realize game devs cater to crazy people because they have courage that you don't, to explore the unknown world. You will be forced to realize hackers have been lying to you, telling you content is cut, when
What?
it's actually just undiscovered.
No offense, my man, but I think the only crazy one here is you. We are all familiar with cut content, right? It's not a strange practice for game companies to leave unused assets inside the game's files. Many data miners in the community have already showcased lots of these files, with channels like Zully the Witch, for example, being one of the biggest. It's simply content that, for whatever reason, did not make it into the final release of the game. We all remember
So
the
wait,
infamous
it's about...
Horizon-
Is it about... What? I could have had that? That is insane. I will sue Elden Ring myself. You're telling me I could have had this for my playthrough. Dude, like, I literally did most of it naked. Like, with just the smallest type of, like, undergarments you could find. I played the entire game like that. And you're telling me I could have had this on my male character? Bro, dude, I would have beat the game with this, bro.
undergarments, right? Part of the deathbed set. Deathbed.
I had the dress. I wore that dress a bunch of times.
Unobtainable in the game, and in the past, having it in your inventory would outright ban you. A Reddit
What?
user even made a thread discussing his experience with the item. Someone dropped it for him, and sometime later, he got this message on the main menu. He got soft banned. After contacting From Software regarding this
That's
issue,
ass.
the team acknowledged that the item was considered modified data, which caused his ban. The item did exist in the game's files, but it was supposed to be inaccessible on purpose, with no in-game way of obtaining it. This is relevant
Damn.
to this case because it proves that cut content is not some super guarded secret. It's just that. Content that didn't make it into the final game
that's
for whatever
normal.
reason, and that can be data mined by people or obtained via illicit methods. This is very important to consider because Nora states this regarding hidden content.
The insinuation is that game developers have succeeded in hiding the campaign from data miners since the NES, meaning the parallel universe theory is 38 years
What?
old. They've kept it
Dude,
a
I
secret
swear, I'm getting an aneurysm from this fucking 4chan thread. What does that mean? What?
38 years.
Is this secret campaign in the room with us right now, Nora? Look, it would be understandable to add a couple of secrets here and there.
I love how pressed Ranny is getting.
Players to discover. This was a normal practice in old games from the PS1 and PS2 era, like hidden bosses in Final Fantasy games and such. But usually this content was accessible by following a trail of quest lines and obvious hints throughout the game. The point of this, aside from passion for craftsmanship, is always money. Let this be a lesson to all of you poggies. When you're looking for the...
I'm sorry, I gotta pause on Poggies. You know, just to say I'm taking that. Poggies. Just wanna say Poggies. I'm gonna be calling you that from now on. I think it's a better name than Pinoids. For sure, Poggies.
reason behind a corporate decision, the answer will always be money. Have players talk about it and have other players buy your game thanks to this information.
Hear money,
Make the cost of producing secret extra content profitable because these things take time and money to produce. Being this the case, I want you to ask yourself, what is the point of inaccessible, huge portions of content? The developers would be wasting precious budget and resources into making pieces of content that almost no one would discover nor talk about for the sake of what? Useless elitism?
So, the lots of people think there is an entire other hidden game in the hidden content. Why do they think that? What is the point? What's the logic? How would he know that? Bro, I don't know.
Even data miners can find it to spread the rumors and have more people interested in buying their product. Why make it at all? And mind you, lack of proof of its existence does not count as proof of its existence. I know this is just me arguing with a clearly mentally unstable person at this point.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Psychotic episode, bro.
Healthy discussions can be achieved by discussing each point and the reasoning behind them rather than simply dismiss it as the delusions of a madman. But the more you read into it, the more you realize that that's what it basically is.
I'm getting my day in court. How will you cope with the truth? I became insane because it's what Hidetaka Miyazaki wanted.
I mean, he at least is admitting that he became insane.
In the case of Bloodborne, he wanted the players to break the shackles of humanity in the Drained of Blood interview.
And then he proceeds to quote Miyazaki about Bloodborne lore. If this person can't tell the difference between in-game lore and real life, then you know that you'll most likely be wasting your time by talking to them. However, like I said, you can always address these issues semi-seriously and healthily discuss them as long as you don't also fall into their delusion bubble, which is what the District Court of the Massachusetts State seemed to do. Like I mentioned earlier, the lawsuit is real. And
Like, that's what's like, I'm just, perplexed. I'm like, dog, how did this go through? Is America real? I want Americans in the chat and the comments. Are you real? Write hashtag real if you're a real American. hashtag engagement farming. Florida, hashtag real. I don't feel real, bro. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, dude. It's small claims. You can sue for any little thing. No one cares, bro. Bro.
It's scheduled for court hearing on the 25th of September. You can look it up yourself if you want, since Nora provided the docket number for it. I believe this to be evidence enough for us to completely disregard the idea of this being a troll post. This man really went all in and wants to sue From Software over a delusion, because even he knows that he doesn't have any evidence for his claims. When inquired about evidence for his claims, this is what he has to say.
Are you familiar with division by zero? The closer an equation gets to zero, the higher the increase of change becomes, approaching infinity.
Actually, that's
What?
wrong. Division by zero is when you have a rational equation where x is in the
Dude,
denominator.
bro is an actual Redditor, bro. Bro, you're welcome. Thank you for the follow. Hello. I'm so confused too. I thought, oh, silly guy sues game for being too hard, but then turns out he thinks there's an entire separate hidden game within the hidden files. And then, what? The division by zero thing? Oh my god, dude. He's more crazy than Pipi. Guys, I am not that schizophrenic, okay?
And you keep assigning values to x that approach zero. This behavior is called, in this case, vertical asymptote. As x approaches zero...
Why is
from either the
Ronnie
positive-
giving me a math lesson? Bro, why? Oh my lord, dude.
or negative direction. The value of y increases or decreases without bound, meaning it tends to positive or negative infinity. This is because division by a number very
Why do
close
we
to
need to
zero
know
results
this?
in a very large magnitude of y. The limit of the equation is 2 intervals from negative infinity to almost zero,
Why
and
do
almost
we-
zero to positive
Ronnie,
infinity.
you're
What I'm
losing
saying is
me.
that, contrary to what he said, the graphical change
You're
of the
losing me,
equation gets
Ronnie, you're
less and
losing
less
me.
evident the closer to zero the value gets. Sorry, I had to spurg out.
In this case, we have a whole bunch of hints that there's another world out. No evidence, but these constant hints game developers keep dropping out. For instance, in the case of Sekiro's art book, teasing that he might be a ninja in the other side of the story. In the case of Bloodborne, we see Gurman in the fishing hamlet, in a magazine can, things that haven't been found in their respective games. The first answer is... It was cut in development. The real answer is it's a whole new world.
My man, that's just world building. A thing developers
Oh.
and creators do to expand and
Oh.
enrich their imaginary worlds for their fiction.
My tiny brain. It's a heart. It's a... Oh, dude, I swear, the title is not out. The Elden Ring DLC lawsuit is crazy. I understand nothing. Same, dude. Same. Are fellas okay, bro?
Stories. It's not a conspiracy theory about deliberately hidden content, but we're not gonna convince you, are we? You know, the thing that caught our attention in the beginning was that we thought the guy was suing FromSoft because of the DLC's difficulty, which turned out to be, about 10% true, perhaps?
Yeah, that's what I thought as well, that he was suing it because the game was hard. I was like, haha, silly guy, skill issue, but like, now getting into it is like, holy, bro, it's like hallucinating other worlds, bro. Don't let bro cook again, I agree.
One can make the argument that the dude thinks the game's too hard and he's making excuses on why he can't uncover perceived hidden content, but we don't think that's really the case. This guy's just a loony.
He just
However,
wild that his
who
lawsuit went through.
knows? Maybe some data miner will discover never-seen-before new secrets in older Souls titles and reveal that all this time this
Great
guy was
chest
an evil
ahead, huh?
mastermind of sorts. But no, I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest. At the end of the day, this is just a crazy guy talking crazy shit. Legal experts doubt the lawsuit will succeed, citing the speculative nature of the claims and the challenge of proving consumer deception at the time of making this goofy,
No, but
video.
what? Okay. If there was an entire separate hidden content, how would that be viewer deception though? Because they advertise the content that you get and they gave you the content that you get. How is it viewer deception? Is it because there is something else theoretically, but you don't know about it? Is it like reverse fake advertisement? I just like, it's like the devs are telling you this is what you get and then that's what you got. And now you're like, oh, you told me this is what I get, but it's actually more. Yo.
data miners have not uncovered evidence of a hidden game within Elden Ring or other From Software titles. Additionally, from a legal standpoint, proving that the game's difficulty constitutes deceptive practice under consumer protection laws will be difficult without substantial evidence, and the plaintiff must demonstrate how this alleged deception has harmed consumers. Good luck with that,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
But yeah,
What would be the, I'm just trying to think if this was real, what would be the harm in it? Because they're advertising something, that is what you get. And hypothetically, this Club Penguin hidden in the game, how does that harm you? You don't get to see it, you don't get to know about it. That's
we
crazy.
just wanted to share this batshit crazy story, and we're eager to see how this moves forward after the day of
Insanity.
the court hearing. That's about it. See ya.
Most critical. Well then, that was actually Elden Ring DLC loss. It is crazy because the guy who made it is crazy. Hi, Vader. Welcome. It's been a while indeed. How are you? The writing told me this to itself. That was the best part. No harmony. He just wants to make an easy buck or just press for no reason. You only pay for the game he got. If there's a secret dimension where you can impregnate Randy, you didn't pay for it, so you aren't getting ripped off. Exactly. You paid for what you were shown. I could try and explain, but I better want to not think like that guy, bro. That's the thing. I can't even put myself in the shoes, right? I can't even begin to understand it. But yeah, crazy stuff.